All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. Going to respond to a video that doesn't really deserve a response, but a number of people are regurgitating what's in this video. Oh, Zachary Hubbard equals the base ciphers in Gematria. Maybe he's a shill. It's just like, yeah, maybe you're a retard. I think that's probably more like it. But here, let's address this retard right here who goes by the name Joseph. The purpose of this video is to show you why stupid people should not use Gematria. And I'm just going to let stupid talk here a little bit, and then we'll take it apart. So here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph, quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in the tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So guys, I don't normally like making videos like this, and I really don't ever make videos like this. But in this circumstance, I have to, all right? Because this guy needs to be called out, and I would love to see his response to this video when I'm done. But this guy, Zachary Hubbard, or Mr. Greenblatt, as some of you may know him. First question I have for you guys. Have you ever in your life seen a truther stand like this, especially during an interview where he knows he's on camera? The same truther that tried to raise $33,000. Now, I get it. I say the number 33 because that's how long Jesus lived. He lived 33 years. That's why the Masons mock him. That's why Masonry is 33. All right?
Okay. So again, let's address the stupidity as we go along. First of all, we're going to end up watching this clip and see if that's how I stood or if that's how my fingers came together for a moment while I'm moving my hands around thinking about something and answering a question. Again, my hands are going all over the place and they come together for a split second. Somebody takes a freeze frame and then you have this retard going, "Who stands like this during an interview?" Didn't stand like that at all, as we'll watch in a moment. Came together for a split second. So again, just a disingenuous argument from the beginning. And as some of you know him as Mr. Greenblatt. You know what? Nobody knows me as Mr. Greenblatt because that's not my name, you fucking retard. You know who says that? Liars and frauds. And you know who keeps making these videos? People who claim to be Christians. You know what I think of Christians? A bunch of fucking losers. Every last one of them. You don't want to know why? Because you guys believe in a little kid's story that makes no sense. In fact, it makes less sense than the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. God, Almighty God, his plan is to send a mortal man to the earth to die on a cross. And then just everything you're saying is bullshit. The Masons aren't into 33 because of Jesus Christ. Are you retarded? A lot of Christians are Masons. I'm not. I'm not a Freemason, never have been. Masonry's into 33 because of Kundalini, not because Christ supposedly died at 33, which isn't even, that's the common belief, but that's not even, written in the Bible. There's nowhere in the Bible that says that he died at 33. If you actually look into it, that's just the common belief. And that might come from Christ consciousness, which is related to Kundalini energy, which is older than the Bible, which is older than the story of Jesus. So again, the guy starts off with a lie, right? Because he says, "Who holds a pose like this in an interview?" It's just a blatantly false statement. And we'll watch the clip in a moment. You can see that I wasn't holding any pose. My hands are moving all over like they always do when I talk. And they come together like that for a split second. If you're not even paying attention, you're not going to notice. It's a disingenuous thing to do a freeze frame and then make it a still and then, say, "Oh, look how he stood like this." No, that didn't happen, So, again, we're going to let the moron talk some more. I'll end up showing the clip. But, again, just watch how stupid everything is that comes out of this man's mouth. And again, do I expect anything other than stupidity from religious people? No, I don't. I mean, you got to be stupid to believe in these religions in the first place. But here, let's go on with the moron. Here he goes.
And isn't it interesting? He tried to raise $33,000.
And isn't it interesting? Yeah. And do we remember why we tried to do that? And do we remember that it was frozen? I said we're going to raise $33,000 to start a website, which I eventually did start, and I now pay every single month for. And the 33,000 thing never happened. That got frozen. But again, the reason we chose 33,000 is because we were going to put it back on them. The same people that code 33 in their propaganda every day. And it is largely, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry in D.C. that uses that number so symbolically. In Gematria, Masonry, secrecy, order, federal, 33. So, like I said then, we're putting it back on them. And we'll use 33,000 to start a movement's not a lot of money anyway, but it was symbolic. And so to go, isn't it interesting? I mean, if you know these things, you're just being disingenuous by saying things like that. Because, if you're aware that I did that, then you should be aware of why I said that we're raising 33,000. We're going to put their number back on them, That was the idea at the time. And not to mention he's bringing up something from 2016. So this is just another piece of shit that hangs around, talks shit, takes stuff, manipulates it, tries to make it look like it's something other than it is, and then claims that he's holier than thou because he believes in Jesus. Again, you guys, there's a reason I can't stand Christians. Every fucking shit video like this ever made about me is made by somebody who claims to be Christian. A group of fucking losers that are on the wrong side of history, that are on the wrong side of everything, that are part of everything that's wrong with the world, that are an anchor weight pulling us to the bottom, believing in their bullshit-ass religion. And I get tired of all of you saying, Zach, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I believe in Jesus. If you believe in Jesus, you are religious. Jesus is part of a religion. You would not know Jesus' name without the religion. You guys are so dumb, you don't even know the difference between religion and spirituality. If you believe in Jesus, you are religious. Period. End of discussion. Okay? I'm spiritual. I believe in God. I don't claim to know everything about God or everything about anything. Christians, they think they know it all. Oh, if you don't believe in Jesus and this stupid fucking story, then you're of the devil. Yeah, that's exactly why Christianity is shit. Because it's a bunch of closed-minded losers who don't know anything about anything, who lie to themselves every day, including about their bullshit religion, which is obviously bullshit, and then make videos like this. Fuck you, Joseph, you sorry sack of shit. Who holds a pose like this? Wait until we play the clip, lying motherfucker. We'll see if I was holding any pose. But here, we're going to listen to your retarded ass some more before we play it.
But look at those hands, all right? Besides the numbers, guys, that's all you got to see right there is the dude's hands to know he is 100% controlled opposition, shill, gatekeeper, plant, whatever you want to call him. He's the Alex Jones of Gematria. All right?
So look how he's basing his whole argument on a lie, that I stood there and did an interview and held my hands like this. Just wait until we watch the clip. Just watch. Just watch how quick it is that they come together like that while I'm moving around my hands and talking about things. And by the way, I was asked about a cube at the time, so I mean, that's probably, thinking with your hands, like bring your hands together kind of like in a cube-like shape. She asked me about, Saturn's matrix, the cube. But we'll play the clip here in a minute.
He teaches people a very low-level, almost kindergarten type gematria. He keeps people in a very low state of mentality and will never...
Again, what the fuck is this guy talking about while he has this on the screen? A low level of gematria? What the fuck is this decode? Zachary Hubbard equals Master Mason equals Donald Trump equals Ron DeSantis? I bet you this fucking retard doesn't even know what a Master Mason is. Who knows what a Master Mason is? Guess what? Any of you can become a Master Mason in a matter of weeks. A Master Mason means you've gotten your 3rd degree as a Mason in the Blue Lodge, which means then you can sign up for other sects of Freemasonry. But a Master Mason isn't really that masterful at all. It's actually very basic and low level. So who gives a shit that my name, Zachary Hubbard, equals Master Mason? I'm not a Mason, never have been. And again, he's talking about low-level decodes. Does this fucking retard know that nobody would even know about this code? Low-level decodes? I'm the guy who set the basis. There's tons of people in the world decoding, and they wouldn't be able to decode it all if it wasn't for me. I put in all the hard work to figure out what the meaning of a lot of these numbers are and how they're used ritualistically, redundantly, and by who. And I mean, is this guy fucking kidding me? How many correct predictions do we have over here? How hard have we proven the case of how Gematria is used by the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus? I guarantee this scumbag fucking piece of shit won't say a word about the Society of Jesus because it's part of his cult. Christianity's a cult. Religion is cult. A bunch of frauds that believe in bullshit. They have to lie to themselves every day to make themselves feel better. You know, he's having to lie about me, and we all know that the reason this video is made because he's another butthurt Christian that doesn't like what I have to say about his bullshit religion. So he has to go out and lie, you know, and then he has to start his video. I mean, how did the video start? With a whole bunch of bullshit. Prove anything you said at the beginning, dumb motherfucker. Anything you said about your religion, prove a single shred of it. Prove that one of those things you said is true. Prove one. Where's any evidence? There's none, you fucking retard. Now let's watch more of this trash and this dumbass talk out of his ass. Here we go.
Low state of mentality, and will never address the fact that Gematria actually proves God's existence. So this guy...
And again, what the fuck is he talking about? He'll never talk about how Gematria proves God's existence. What's he talking about? Have I not actually even mentioned about organic numbers and how those actually might be signs of God and that maybe that's God's numerical language? Here, religious retard, think about this one. Here, I'll piss off every Christian. I'll piss off every Christian with this statement. I would contend... This might sound really arrogant, but your Christ-like Jesus figure, I would contend there's no one on this earth that's more like him than yours truly. And here's something to think about with the numbers. How long is the story of Jesus in chapters? It happens to be 89 chapters. Do you know what the record coldest temperature is on Earth in the time of recorded temperatures? It's negative 89 degrees Celsius. Do you know what day that happened? July 21st, 1983. Do you know what day that was? That was the day I was born. Do you know what my full name equals in Gematria and the cipher that matters? 89. You know what my dad's full name equals? 89. You know what day my mom's birthday is? 8/9, the day that they say is the Virgin Mary's birthday. Now, I don't think I'm Jesus, so don't misinterpret what I'm saying, but based on your bullshit-ass decode that just tried to equate me to Ron DeSantis or Master Mason or Donald Trump, whatever the fuck point you were trying to make, that doesn't hold a candle to what I just showed that's all real and all facts. I could make more of an argument that I'm Jesus incarnate than you can saying I'm a shill. And understand, I'm not saying that. But I don't use the numbers that way in these bullshit-ass arguments and tactics you're trying to do. I brought this knowledge into the world to show how the cabal is operating that clearly uses numbers every day to wage tyranny against humanity. And guess who's been dead on about the timeline for when we'll get fucked? Me, yours truly, who said if we're not awake by 2020, more than 5 years in advance, we will be fucked. And again, dead on, another correct prediction. So again, just shit stains like this that, they think they're holier than thou because they believe in some stupid fucking child story, and then they keep trying to attack me because I shit on their bullshit. It's just pathetic. It's just pathetic.
I will show you, the same little decodes. He'll talk about some rappers or some sports, but he'll never,
Yeah, you guys, that's all I talk about. Some rappers or some sports. I don't talk about anything else, I mean, listen to this fucking shit-stained, sorry-ass motherfucker. This is why I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man. They're all fucking scumbags. All of them. They're fucking retarded. They're fucking scumbags. I'm sick of these fucking Christians making these stupid fucking videos, lying through their teeth, and then acting like they're great because they believe in some bullshit, man. I'm fucking sick of religious people. Wipe them off the fucking face of the earth. Here we go.
Get on to real things like who's the Antichrist, the mark of the beast, all this stuff, which I'm going to get into.
Yeah, let's get on to some real things like Mark of the Beast, like I haven't covered that topic to death. And as this retard's going to get to, he's going to say that all by himself he figured out that Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Now, how many Christian retards have you heard make the same claim, that Obama's the Antichrist? Every Christian retard in the supposed truth community has made that claim. And why do they all do that? Because they're all white losers, and they think a black president means he's the Antichrist. That's why they believe in fake white Jesus, too. It's pathetic, Obama's the Antichrist because his name has dude, it's just a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. There's a lot of people whose names have a connection to 666. Or are they all the Antichrist? Again, Religious minds are lesser minds. There's no great minds that are religious in the world because any great mind sees through religion. Understand that. There's no great minds in the religious community. And that's why there's so many Christian retards who are always saying, I'm not religious, I just believe in Jesus. I mean, you have to be retarded to even make that statement. You have to be fucking retarded. If you believe in Jesus, you are religious.
But I want to call this dude out, all right? Look at the book, all right? Even Hubbard himself will say all the time that the Jesuit colors are red and black, right? So, of course, he would choose red and black for his book, right?
Again, it's like, how fucking retarded is this guy? How many times have I said I made the book red, black, and white, the Jesuit colors? Because that's who it's exposing. I mean, I've said this a million times. This guy comes through and thinks, you know, and it's obvious that he pays attention, right? He's just trying to slander and distort everything. This guy's been following for God knows how long. You know, he remembers the fundraiser in 2016, you know, that I explained why we were doing 33,000. We're taking their numbers that they use as their symbol of power and we're putting it back on him, you know? And then he wants to be disingenuous, use a false name that's not my name, act like that was some kind of nefarious thing. I mean, this is a true scumbag, and that's all I've ever known from religious people. True scumbags, true frauds, true losers. That's why every last video ever made about me is made by somebody who claims to be Christian. And again, I'm telling you guys, my purpose of being here is to get rid of the fucking scum on this earth, stop the tyranny, and it's not going to happen until you get rid of pieces of shit like this too. Religion needs to go. Without religion, where's the Jesuits? There is no Jesuit order, you know? The only reason they can exist is because we live in a world with religion, where people are willing to submit to bullshit for some fairy tale, delusion. You know, opiate for the masses. I guess that's what, it's like what Sweet Lady says. Sweet Lady says, you know, where she comes from, poverty, if you don't have, she's from a Christian part of Burma, Kachin State. And again, she says without religion, just nobody has any hope there. And again, think about that. Think about that. And I said to her, and think about that. I mean, is that a good thing? So they just have this hope that that's all they live for is just their belief system. They don't even have any other purpose. They don't try to strive to make their situation better. They just stay believing and doing the ritual and hoping and tolerating poverty and everything that's on. I mean, that's what religion does. It just keeps people stuck right where they are.
Right. And look at these numbers. Zachary Hubbard, 138, like Master Mason, 138. And a perfect example of that is Donald Trump, 138, and his little puppet Ron DeSantis, 138.
This guy literally just accused me of low-level decoding and then that. What the fuck did he just say? Does that even make sense? Listen to me, you fucking retard. What did we do with 138? We helped people make $1 million, a community make millions of dollars off a rigged World Series in 138. You know how? Because we showed how Game 7 of the World Series would be 138 days after Donald Trump's birthday. Nationals equals 138. Their manager's name equals 138. His name's 138. Federal's 138. Trump made big headlines at his inauguration by firing the old guy and hiring the Rays announcer, which I predicted then the Rays might very well win the World Series in the time Trump's in office. And we had Nationals over Astros in Game 7. The Washington, D.C. team won in the big 138 ritual 138 days after Trump's birthday. Run it in reverse. Donald Trump's 159. They threw 159 pitches in the game. That was Houston, Washington, D.C., and MLB. That night in the NBA, Houston beat Washington, D.C. with 159 points. Another game we had right, all part of the ritual. So, again, we don't do low-level decoding. We do meaningful decoding, showing how the entire world of sports and government are scripted together and make logical connections. Never once in my life, in the 10,000-plus videos I've done, have I ever showed anything so fucking retarded on the screen and thought I was smart. Here's a perfect example. Zachary Hubbard equals 138. Master Mason, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis. That was a perfect decode, just like my perfect belief in Jesus. You know? You're a fucking loser, Joseph. You're a fucking loser. You're a nobody. You're another dipshit that believes in bullshit. You know? You're trying to ride on my coattails. You're trying to take the knowledge I put out there and look like you're smart with it, but you're a fucking retard.
So what are the odds? Zachary Hubbard and Master Mason are 138 in the same cipher. And here he is doing his Donald Trump hands, right? I would love to hear you give an explanation for this. And I'm going to use this as the cover photo. Right there, him and his hands.
Okay. Let's watch the clip. Let's watch the clip that he took this from. So this is, by the way, dipshit, have you ever done anything like this on your birthday? Have you ever driven 3 hours in both directions, so that's 6 hours of driving, and gone out and pounded pavement all day to get out the word about the tyranny and agendas amongst perfect strangers on a street corner? Show me your video of doing that, because you know what? There's hundreds and hundreds of hours of me doing that on the streets of America. Where's the video? Why isn't your face on the video? Where's your face at, Joseph? Put your ugly ass pussy fucking face on the screen. Let's see this Jesus believer, this great man who's clearly a fucking retard. Put it out there, Joseph. Now let's watch the clip, scumbag, and see if I was holding the pose while being interviewed. Let's watch.
Department of Homeland Security on this, right? 9/11 was 19 years before 2020, right? Their motto, the Jesuits, one of their mottos is order out of chaos. Chaos equals 19, okay? So 19 years later.
So, okay, Saturn time cube simulation, is that something that you've,
So the Saturn time cube simulation, I am aware of it. It fits in with simulation theory and is everything, structured around Saturn and its orbit. In terms of the way the occult codes Saturn, it's very possible, but I would say that I still am not far enough into my research and understanding to verify and say, oh yeah, that's definitely what's going on, or all I can say for now is it's very possible. It kind of makes sense. So, and then again, the cube represents Saturn, and Saturn's 93, and then, World Trade Centers collapse, 9/11, 93 World Trade Center bombing. It's just the rituals they do.
If you open up a cube, it looks like a cross.
It does. And that's absolutely right. So, yeah, all the symbolism. And that reminds, in addition to Saturn equaling 93, crucifix equals 93, Nazareth equals 93, God's son 93. They tell us the sun's 93 million miles away, even though it doesn't really seem like it. But, yeah, so, yeah, it really does all fit together. And then, again, they say Jesus was crucified in the Bible between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is 9 and 3 again. And then modern science in 2012 said Jesus' crucifixion's on April 3rd, which is the 93rd day of the year. So, again, sun, Saturn, crucifixion, cube, cross. It really does all come together through the language.
Okay, so there it was. As you could see, I was holding it through the whole interview, right? What kind of truther holds a pose like this? Alex Jones, Donald... just shut the fuck up, scumbag. Just shut the fuck up. It's so obvious. I'm moving my hands around. I'm thinking. She's talking about a cube. I'm like, okay, cube. This guy right here is trash, and I will contend that he represents all of Christianity. A bunch of trash, a bunch of people that lie to themselves every day, try to stay in their little box, make war with anybody who And again, understand why I go after you Christians. It's not because I hate you guys, it's because I hate the bullshit that you believe in. Stop believing in bullshit. Stop subscribing to bullshit. Stop watering down truth with your bullshit and your religion and your beliefs. It's all religion is bullshit, meant to control you. Just like government is meant to control you. News is meant to control you. These are all from the same source. Okay, I'd love to see you respond to that. Did you even look at, did you see that, was it you who found this still image? Did you look into this, moron? God, you guys are fucking scumbags. Here we go.
Why, as a truther, welcome back, truth seekers, why would you ever stand with your hands like that unless you were a shill, all right?
And again, this is what happens when you don't do proper research. Or is this guy the shill? Maybe he's the shill. I don't even know who this guy is. Just another Christian losers who goes down in my book. This is the 1,000th video made by a Christian loser over the years about me, talking some bullshit straight out of their ass. And they all like to say that my name's Greenblatt. No, you fucking retards. I was raised as a Lutheran, as a Christian like you. You know why I graduated from it? Because I have a fucking brain. That's why.
So let's move on. So, Zachary Hubbard loves to talk about the base ciphers. All right? Here are the base ciphers: English ordinal, full reduction, reverse ordinal, and reverse full reduction. What are the odds
I just saw in the chat, somebody's like, is it your mother and Sweet Lady born again? No, they're not. Sweet Lady, when I first met her, she was still hanging on to her Christian beliefs, but she's abandoned all that. She realized it's silly nonsense now. And my mom, I don't think I think my mom graduated from the religious bullshit too a long time ago. So, when I was growing up, she certainly was, but I don't think she is anymore. I think she looks at the people in the church like a bunch of morons. And for good reason.
That Zachary Hubbard would be a perfect match to the bass ciphers in the bass ciphers.
In the bass ciphers. And, I'll admit that's interesting, but I would call that an organic connection. I mean, who's the one who decided these were the bass ciphers? It was yours truly. Never before did I notice that. I've never decoded the phrase the bass ciphers, but I just call them the bass ciphers because what is a bass? It's like the foundation, right? So I would call that an organic thing, Here, I mean, again, the problem with this guy is he's an idiot. Everything he's saying is false. He's like, does Zach ever talk about how Gematria could be the proof of God? I mean, it's like, yeah, I've been talking about that since 2014. But, think about something like this. Like Gematria is 38, right? The name Zach is 38. And my birthday is the day leaving 163 days left in the year, the 38th prime. I happen to be born in Oregon. One of the, there's 5 states, so there's a 10% chance you're born in the 38th state if you're born in the U.S. But, none of these things were chosen. They're just the way they are. And lo and behold, I found out that the English language was, coded this way. Gematria 38, English 38. But none of this was by, well, I was going to say, it's not by design, but maybe it is. I mean, maybe this is part of the creator's purpose. A numerologist will tell you the numbers in your name, in your life, in your birthday, that they set you on a path. So there's an organic side to the code, which I've always talked about. But his thing about the base ciphers, I mean, okay, the base ciphers is proving. I mean, we didn't even know reverse gematria the first 3 years we were doing this. So it is interesting, but it's what else I just noticed the other day? Somebody was saying truth matters equals 78 like Jesuit. You know what? I didn't realize that. I haven't decoded truth matters either. When I was in the shop and I just said, what do I want on the hat? I said, you know what? Truth matters. People don't care about the truth, but it matters. Let's do truth matters on the hat. Truth matters got the 78. What I just see, Zachary Hubbard's got the 78. So, in the same cipher. But that wasn't by design either. Some stuff's coincidental. And see, that's why I always say, use this knowledge to expose the cabal, because you can't just decode words and say, oh, that means that's the same. You have to look at the way, like the Jesuits who use this code operate. On the Jesuit birthday, the government falls in Afghanistan. On the 277th day of the Superior General's age, the 59th prime, Taliban 59. That shows you that it's the Jesuits who are behind the Taliban. That's why as each historical event goes on, we can see how each one is synced with the Superior General and the Pope. Okay? That would be an ongoing thing. If, to prove that, that I was operating, in a certain way, you'd see like, I'd be titling my video on August 13th with like 138, right? And then I'd be using a phrase that equals 138. And then 138 days later, I'd have the follow-up to that video, right? But that's not what we're doing. I never operate by the numbers. If some things line up, some stuff's organic. Some stuff could even be coincidence. I don't like to use that word. But what this guy's doing is just baseless nonsense. And the fact that I chose to use the phrase the base ciphers to describe these 4 ciphers, because when Derek set up this calculator, if you don't know, these 4 ciphers weren't here. I encouraged Derek, I said, I think what you should do is put up the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, because it seems like this is where almost all the riddles are at. And that's what he did. And I just started calling it the base ciphers. I don't know what else I was going to call it. The 4 ciphers. So, again, this shit's just stupid. And the thing that's sad is it has an impact on lesser minds. Like, the drunk alcoholic in this community who wants you to buy his business cards and t-shirts, who I think does mean well. To him, this video is the gospel. He's like, oh, man, I've been fooled all this time. Oh, this proves that Zach's a shill. I got him spamming my phone with this shit. And, Ben saw this. Ben's like, you should address this video. Again, anyone who's persuaded by this video, do some homework. Have greater intelligence. yeah, I'm going to be the shield who's going to expose exactly who's running the world and how and prove every single day and work 8 years straight. Again, you got to be dumb to think I'm a shill, but here we go.
Can you give me an explanation for that, Hubbard? I would love to hear it.
I just did, retard.
I'm sure that's just a coincidence, right?
Yeah, it is pretty much just a coincidence or an organic synchronicity. But again, it doesn't mean shit. To a retard, it might mean something, but it doesn't mean shit.
Zachary Hubbard is a perfect match to the base ciphers. Well, what do we have here? In the base ciphers, if you type in the name of his channel, his website, all of his stuff, he's known as Gematria Effect News, and there's so many other things I can tell you about Gematria Effect News, and Gematria. I mean, just one example, by itself, in full reduction, it equals 81 like Masons, but I'll save that.
Whoa, it equals 81 like Masons. Who knows 81 to be a big number with Masonry? Masonry does a lot of rituals with 81, don't they? At their headquarters in D.C., don't they have 81 pillars on the outside that are each 88 feet tall? No, I mean, this is just more bullshit. Masons in 81? I mean, just fucking retarded, dude. And again, with this kind of logic, you could just say, well, clearly Jesus was a Mason, right? I mean, the whole story's about him being 33, so clearly he's a Mason. Masonry 33, secrecy 33, order 33, federal 33. Holy shit, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Bible's 33? Man, Jesus must be a Mason. You know? This is why retards should not work with Gematria. This is not a subject for retards. It's like a chainsaw is a tool that should be used by a man. You don't give a chainsaw to a little boy, he'll saw his fucking feet off, right? This is a little boy with a tool that he can't handle. Here, let's listen to the retard some more.
That for another video. I want to keep this one short and sweet. But look at this, guys. Gematria Effect News. And by the way, he's got 23,000 subs here. His other channel, Gematria Effect Sports, has like 80,000 subs. So how can this dude have 80,000 subs right now?
Okay, so again, is this like a guy who's put up to making a video about me? How dumb is this guy? His one channel has this, but this channel has that. Hey, moron, there's a reason there's a 22 after the channel. It's been deleted 21 times. At the start of this year, the channel had almost 90,000 subscribers. You know, it got deleted last year at 80,000, then it got built back up to 90 and got deleted again. The channel's been deleted 3 times already this year. You know? At what point are you trying to make? That a censored channel is evidence of a shill? I mean, how fucking dumb are you? That's why sometimes I wonder about these Christians that just come out of the woodwork and make these videos that never put their face on the camera. It's like, are they being passed on information from like the actual shill network? Like, make sure you bring up Greenblatt. Make sure you bring up how he tried to raise $33,000 to launch a movement to expose the federal tyranny. You know, they always bring up the same shit. But then they start talking, it's like, well, wait a minute. No, it doesn't feel like he's really ever watched my stuff at all. Like, he thinks this is my main channel. He thinks this is like his Gematria Effect Sports channel. No, Gematria Effect News was a lot bigger than Gematria Effect Sports before it got deleted. And also, this dumbass is about to get to the number 74, which we'll laugh at in a minute, how he just blinks over it. But notice that they've kept Gematria Effect Sports at 74,000 subscribers since the Super Bowl, you guys. Gematria Effect Sports has not been able to get past 74,000 subs since February 7th. And we know why. Of course, Gematria is 74, just like they banned my book on the 74th day of the year, just like how they hacked all my accounts on the 74th day of the year in 2017 on the Ides of March. But again, here, just this guy's such a joke.
Talking about the same stuff I talk about, he doesn't spell out anything. Doesn't spell out a word. Says every word you're not supposed to say. And yet he's still hanging out with all these subs, right?
I mean, like, is that a real argument? I'm still hanging out with all these... Dude, my channel's been deleted 21 times, you fucking retard. God. 3 times already this year, dipshit. Do you know why you don't have an audience? Because you're a fucking loser, and there's a lot of fucking losers on YouTube that don't have an audience because nobody gives a shit about what you got to say. Fucking retard. Look in the mirror and know that.
That's what you call controlled opposition.
Yeah.
All right? Check this out. Gematria Effect News. Add up the 4 base ciphers, guys. It equals 666. What are the...
I got to admit, that's interesting, and I'm going to take it up with Chris Geo. For people who don't know how I got to be called Gematria Effect News, my first 16 YouTube channels were always called just Zachary K. Hubbard, just my name. I finally changed my YouTube channel to Gematria Effect News because that's what had been my show on TFR for years at the time I did it. And I didn't want to be called Gematria Effect News when I started on TFR, but Chris Geo said that's going to be the name of your show, and I didn't understand why. But I didn't even know reverse gematria back then, so we didn't have any base ciphers, and we wouldn't have been able to app the 4 ciphers. But the real origin of Gematria Effect News is that's what Chris Geo wanted the show to be called on TFR. That's his radio network. And I just ended up running with it after, Zachary K. Hubbard kept getting deleted. So, and again, when we first went to Gematria Effect News, it did cause that channel almost lasted a year after all the prior channels being deleted about every other week. But again, stuff like this, how many times are we adding up the base ciphers to make our decode? I mean, the only time I've ever shown that is with Barack Hussein Obama, because if you add up his name in all 4, it does equal 666, and his birthday is the 216th day of the year. But still, I mean, that's not like a concrete thing, and that's why I'm not normally adding up ciphers and saying, see, and you get this value too. I mean, I'll admit this is interesting, but again, it's just more bullshit. And again, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, this is just such a dumb way to decode. If you could prove that I was doing stuff with 666, then you'd have something, but you will never find that because I'm not. I mean, this is why stupid people shouldn't use Gematria, man. And it is the problem with Gematria is like people, it's just... I'll tell you, like in the sports community, every year I have Packers and Steelers fans emailing me left and right about how the Packers and Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. These are 2 of the most common teams because they've done a decode, and their decode says that they're going to win, and I'm always kind of rolling my eyes at it like, look at this flimsy decode and what they did there. It's just like they're trying to put their team in the Super Bowl. This guy's trying to make me a bad guy, right? And again, he's just a lying scumbag, which is what I would contend every religious person is, lying scumbag, lying to themselves about their bullshit. But here we go.
Odds 180, 81, 306, 99 added up at 666. And I'll be waiting for your response, Mr. Greenblatt.
And yeah, here's my response. I already responded, but again, you have to lie. You have to say Mr. Greenblatt. That's not my name, you fucking dipshit. All of you who say that are liars, assuming idiots who believe in bullshit. And that's what you do, right? You believe in bullshit, so I guess it makes sense.
Gematria Effect News. 666. What are the odds? What are the odds? And here's another...
But I will say, 666, the number of a man as well. Don't forget it. Mankind made on the 6th day. Genesis 6:6. So, again, you got to remember there's 2 sides to 666 as well. And... again, Joseph, you're not really a man. You're like a little boy. You believe in little fairy tales for little kids, little scared children, bedtime stories to scare the kids into behaving. You better believe or else, Joseph. Again, you're just a little boy, You're talking to the man. Something you'll never be.
For example for you, here's something, he's talked about this before, but this is as far as he'll go with Obama. Even though there's a million things about Obama and Gematria that anybody should know by now, doing this for 8 years. Satan as Barack, 666. Akhenaten Obama, 666. Democrat Obama, Barack Obama, Mark, 666. Number of a man, Barack Obama, 666. Gematria literally confirms the Bible. It proves who the Antichrist is. That's Revelation 13:18. Let he who is wisdom calculate or count the number of the beast, which is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And that's why they got gatekeeper shills like Zachary Hubbard that'll show you some rappers and some sports and stuff, but he won't decode real things.
So again, just that right there. I mean, like, how can you make that statement about me? He'll show some rappers and some sports. Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, it's just like, I mean, how can you even make that statement? Who liked this? Who liked this video? Like, literally, who liked this video? I guarantee you a bunch of sorry-ass, worthless fucking Christian losers that are nothing but part of the burden of this world, man.
Like Revelation 13:18, and he'll just say, this guy is the worst. He will say, Christians are literally retarded. Anybody that believes in Jesus is retarded. And his whole excuse is because Jesus equals 74, like cross is 74 and Lucifer 74. All that means.
And look at the way he downplayed that. Is it just Jesus and cross that equals 74? Hold on. I don't think it's just Jesus and cross that equals 74. Again, let's do it. The story of Jesus, gospel 74. The way Jesus spoke, parables 74. The term Messiah 74. Crosses 74. So is Jesus. Again, there's a lot more to it, buddy. This is called a real decode. This shows you that somebody encoded the language and encoded the name Jesus, which again is not his real name. And again, in my opinion, the word, not my opinion, just my experience. Again, the worst people on this earth are religious people. They're the ones that, lie all the time, hide the truth about their behavior, pretend to be something they're not. I've just seen all the worst people I've seen have been religious people. And it makes sense to me because, like, to be an adult and have a brain and to believe in this shit, it shows that probably your nature is dishonesty and lying. You have to be really dumb and retarded to believe in this story of Jesus. It's a pathetic story. God sent a man to die on a cross for your sins. That story makes zero sense. It makes sense why, an authority would tell that story to people to control them and say, if you don't believe in this, you're bad, and, you're going to need to pay us some money and put some money on our plate. It makes, because, again, the reality is we know that majority of humanity is stupid. That's why they're going out and getting vaccines and not seeing through 9/11 and not seeing through religion. We know the majority of people are stupid. So yes, retarded and stunted people are who believe in the story of Jesus. There's no one else who believes in this shit. And again, the language, the word with lie right in the middle, believe. They want you to believe obvious lies. The Society of Jesus does. The most evil thing in the whole world uses the name Jesus, the Society of Jesus, that represents Rome and the Holy Roman Empire. And again, I mean, Holy Roman Empire, 74, Roman 74, right? This nation, Holiday 74, Independence Day 74. This Christian English-speaking language, English 74, Gematria 74. There's a reason they put this number on Jesus, something that has done... The only thing that you could possibly say that's positive about Jesus is some people who maybe their religious delusion does keep them from killing themselves. It keeps them going in the world because they have nothing else. But at the same time, you could probably come in with that person with an intervention and give them something more empowering than just believing in some nonsense. And that's why I said to Sweet Lady too about her nation. I said, well, think about it. Your place stays poor and uneducated, and essentially all they do in your country is just gather and worship Jesus and just stay stuck where they are. I mean, that's what religion is. Keep you stuck, keep you stunted, keep you retarded. I mean, yeah. Like to see your response, you fucking loser. Tell me in the beginning with that opening. Bullshit, where any facts are behind any of that, where you can prove any of that. I already know the answer. You can't, moron.
Is Satan influenced the English language? Number one, to create confusion. Number two, to bring glory to himself. And to make people follow people like Hubbard and create confusion. You got to remember, the Bible was not written in English. All right? So the fact that Jesus equals 74, that doesn't mean squat. That's such a weak argument. You can't argue with...
Oh, yeah, it's such a weak argument that Jesus equals 74 and all the other things that go with him. That's a weak argument. But the arguments you've made are strong, based in nothing, Again, 74 is everything to these people. So many rituals on 74. Why the fuck do you think they banned my book on the 74th day of the year? Why do you think they hacked all my online accounts on the 74th day of the year? You know? You know what else equals 74? Christmas Eve. You know what happened to me on Christmas Eve when I was 33? I had a car crash through my house after being threatened by some freak in a checkerboard face mask who probably is actually part of Masonry, you know? Do you remember what they did with the report for the police report for the car crash in my house? They waited until days after, and they signed off on the report at the 33rd minute of the day. That's called being fucked with by the gang. That's what happens to me, getting fucked with by the actual people you're accusing me of being a part of. Do you know why they fuck with me and not you, Joseph? Because you're a nobody who's never done nothing for the world, who hasn't brought anything to light, who hasn't helped expose tyranny at all. All a sorry-ass motherfucker like you was doing is fucking with someone like me who's actually doing something meaningful for the world. Okay, scumbag? Know that about yourself, scumbag. And for the idiot in the chat who said, I'll pray for you, save your prayers, okay? Probably another person that ends their prayers with Amen, the Egyptian sun god, Amen, right? Pray for yourself. I don't need your prayers at all. You know, I need people to take notice and fight back and do something for this world like I've been doing for all of my adult life like an adult, you know? Not believing in bullshit, doing nothing.
With the real knowledge. You know, you want to throw out some little 74 stuff. Oh, Jesus didn't exist. Yeah, right. Get out of here, man.
And again, listen to this retard. Yeah, right. Get out of here, man. Where's your proof that Jesus ever existed? I'll wait until the end of my life. You won't have an answer. There's no proof Jesus ever existed. None, zero, zilch, nada. Absolutely zero. There's no proof anywhere outside of your bullshit book.
This guy, there's so much I can say about this guy. He is a real sicko, man. But anyways, just like Gematria Effect News, you add it all up, it's 666, right? Same thing with Barack Hussein Obama. You add it up, it equals 666. So I would love to know how this is a coincidence and that's a coincidence. Are they both coincidences or are they both not? You know what I mean? It can't be one or the other.
See, again, this is just a retarded mind. Where do Barack Obama and I connect? You know, is there a picture of Obama and I together? Are him and I related? I know that I spent a lot of years exposing what a puppet Obama was. I mean, and the thing about Obama that makes it more interesting is his birthday is the 216th day of the year. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. So, but this genius who thinks he's the Antichrist, I mean, that's just moronic. There's plenty of people who have names that equal 666. So, you know. Again, I just contend another white Christian loser doesn't like black guys. I saw a lot of them in the fake truth community accusing Obama of being the Antichrist. Obama's definitely a Jesuit puppet, but, I mean, Antichrist? Why? You know.
And he shared this on his page, so I'd love to see him share this on his page, too, for transparency. But I doubt he will.
Well, wrong, dumbass.
This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. How can you get around this stuff? The fallen angels equals 666? I've never heard...
Like, literally, look at how fucking stupid what he has on the screen is. The fallen angel 666 and satanic gematria is a little bit interesting, but look at the other shit up here. I mean, this guy's criticizing my work. Obviously, he doesn't know anything about it. He says I only decode sports and rappers, which is just a totally disingenuous statement. Hey, asshole, how many videos did you put out in the last weeks exposing what a fraud they got going on that's probably going to send, you know, decades more or for decades longer, we'll be sending more and more teenagers over to die for needless causes and bombing more innocent brown people. Have you done anything to try and help raise awareness about what's going on and stop that? Have you made a video about that? Probably doesn't even care. Probably doesn't even care when Muslim people die, like most of the other Christian trash in this nation that didn't give a shit about the lies of 9/11 and thought it was good that we were bombing Muslims because they're Christian trash. But look at this fucking retard's decode. Akhenaten Obama? What the fuck, man? Number of a man, Barack Obama? I mean, talk about or just grasping and low-level decodes. I mean, again, you guys, the reason I titled this video, Stupid People Shouldn't Use Gematria, is because stupid people should not use Gematria. Look at this shit.
Him say that one time on his channel. And how could you not know that after doing this for 8 years, the fallen angels equals 666? It also equals 846 in English, like the time the first...
And again, dumbass, have we known about satanic gematria for 8 years? No, we haven't. We've known about it since the end of 2016, and we've made some meaningful connections in there, but I don't spend a lot of time on that cipher. And does the fallen angel 666 in that cipher help expose further what's going on in the world? See, I take my time to expose actual tyranny. I don't like to waste my time with a worthless piece of shit like you, but I gotta do it because fucking retards will find your video and think you have a point when you don't. You're just nothing but a lying piece of shit scumbag. One of many, a dime a dozen in this world. But yeah, I wish we could see what happens in the afterlife. I guarantee you, Joseph, I guarantee you if there's a heaven and afterlife, I'll get to it a lot quicker than you will. Guaranteed. Because tell me what your resume is, you sorry-ass piece of shit. What have you done in the world? What have you done to help out people? I could be here for 5 straight fucking years explaining what I've done. You know, lived a life of service. You've been believing in bullshit, feeling good about yourself like a fucking retard. Guaranteed. This is what you've been doing. Jerking off, waste of time decode. Akhenaten Obama. Why didn't I show that in the last 8 years? Because it doesn't mean shit. I don't try to make the work look bad every day, you fucking idiot.
Tower was hit at 8:46, 8 minutes 46 seconds. And tribulation equals 8:46. The days of Noah, 8:46. And yeah, you can't deny this stuff. Akhenaten Obama, 666, number of a man, Barack Obama, Satan as Barack Obama, Mark. Image made of Obama, 666. In other words, I've basically solved Revelation 13:18. Not me by myself, but it has been solved through Gematria. And it's pretty clear why he doesn't talk about these things, because he is controlled opposition. And, for all we know, he's working right alongside Obama.
Yeah, here I am. You probably think Washington State's Washington, D.C., you fucking retard. Again, did you solve it all by yourself that Obama was the Antichrist? Again, moron. Welcome to 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago where every single, half-woke Christian truther was accusing Obama of being the Antichrist. You solved it all alone. Wow, what an ego on you. Here, let's clap for the retard Joseph. Woo! Akhenaten Obama. Woo! What a decode, genius. You are fucking stupid, man. You are a fucking retard. And I see that you're in the chat. Here, we're going to finish your video. It's almost done, thank God. And then we'll let your dumbass call in. It's going to be embarrassing for you. Here we go.
Keeping people away from the truth,
That's what you're doing, dumbass.
If you're wondering, why I feel the need to make this video, it's Ephesians 5:11, guys. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. And that's what I'm doing. I'm exposing you, Gematria Effect News, Zachary Hubbard. So anyways, guys, that's it for this one. I would love to see his response and, send him this video if you want. I hope he does see it. I would love to see his explanation. And even if he tries to explain all the numbers away, I'd love to see him explain why he is standing like this. And quite a few other things. So anyways, guys, that is it for this one. Keep looking up. The rapture is soon. The Bible's 100% true. This guy's a shill. And that's it for this one, guys. Keep looking up. I will see you on the next one. God bless.
Okay, so he closes with he opens up his video with a bunch of baseless things that are not based in any truth or facts, just his beliefs, the word with lie in the middle, and then he closes with a disingenuous argument, because either he didn't look into this clip himself and see that my fingers come together like that for a split second while I'm, moving my hands around and trying to answer a question about Saturn in the cube. So, again, I understand the retard's in the chat, so we're going to let the retard air it out here, and, let's hear the retard in his own words live. Here he comes. All right. Nobody call in except for the retard, and he knows who he is. So, the line's open for you, retard. Can you read the numbers on the screen? Give him a minute. He's retarded. He's probably a little bit slow. Here, I'll read it out for you out loud. 509. You know those numbers? 509 560 4982. Call in, loser. Call in. Call in. Let's talk about what a lying fraud you are. Let's talk about how you make up bullshit to try and make your point and how you believe in bullshit. How you're a little kid that believes in a bullshit-ass religion. I want to hear all your facts for how Jesus exists and where the proof of his existence is and what Jesus is doing in this world right now to fight tyranny. I want to hear about it all. Come on, retard. Come on. Come on, definitely a shill. The only shill is you. A shill's someone who misleads. Your whole video is deception and misleading. My name's Greenblatt. False. Lie. I'm a shill. False. Lie. The way you tried to downplay the 74, the way that encoded into Jesus, favorite number of the cabal. Christianity, the religion of every fucking loser. I'm going to pray for you, Zach. You're really hurting my feelings today. How about get the fuck off my channel, religious retard? You were never going to do shit anyway. I'm here for people who are going to start the revolution. It's not going to be any turn the other cheek Christians who'd rather believe in their bullshit than do what time it is. Do what needs to be done in this time is what I mean. Yeah, Joseph's out. Another fucking loser. He's not going to call in. So. Hold on. Maybe I spoke too soon. This could be him. Let's see. Is this Joseph? Joseph. Uh-oh, he hung up. Whoever just called in just hung up. Stage fright. Come on, Joseph. Here, we'll see if this is Joseph. Is this Joseph?
Yes, it is.
This is Joseph.
Love the show.
Huh?
Love the show.
This doesn't sound like the same voice.
No, I'm just calling to say I love the show, man. Love the stuff. It's good stuff. Thanks for putting it out for free,
Your signal's really unclear. Having trouble hearing you.
I watch the show every day. I appreciate how you put it all out for free. Lots of good information. I just wanted to call in and say I really appreciate it. I've been watching it for years now.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph's not calling in. But Joseph doesn't need to call in anyway. I mean, the guy's a fucking loser. He's not going to have anything to say. He's not going to have any proof for what he believes in because there's zero proof Jesus ever existed. Zero. Get that through your heads. Christian fucking losers will always say, that's not true. He existed. It's here in the book. It's like, that's not proof, moron. That's not proof. Did you guys know that fictional characters in Disney movies don't really exist outside of the screen? I'm not sure that Christians know that. They probably think Mickey Mouse is out there somewhere. Mickey's boning Minnie somewhere right now. 417. 417. Is this Joseph? Is this Joseph?
No, it's not. But I do think that there's more to Jesus than just that he's the son. I'm not denying what you say about him, though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what more is there to know about Jesus?
Okay, well, listen. You know how many talents of gold Solomon got paid? He got paid 666 talents of gold. Now, one thing that I've talked to a lot of dumbass fucking Christians that are basically antichrist and if I was God, I'd send him to hell. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, they often argue with me when I say, like Jesus said, because it was what he said, that you cannot work for God and money. And like what you're doing, Zach, you're working for God. And it's obvious. It doesn't matter that you're getting money because you're not really after the money, you're after truth. Okay? So, and I think that doesn't mean that Jesus is not real or anything like that. I just think that really truth trumps Jesus, because even the Bible, logos, modern day Greek, that's reason. The word is reason for logos. Okay. And you got a lot of reason for why you're right. And you show it every day. And all these other fake ass Christians are going to sit here and tell me oh, you can't work for God and money. That means, you can do it. But if you just imagine you got a checklist and you just check off the top, God, but then you go to work for money and you pay for the bombing of the children in Iraq and all this stuff. And you don't even care that that's the truth. Because, like, when truth tellers come and tell people about the truth, they just fucking, literally, it breaks down. They display cognitive dissonance on a consistent basis. In my experience, even when I tell them about just simple shit, they get mad at me, or they like trip out because I'm like interrupting their little sphere of understanding. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, sort of. But again, I'm just going to contend that there's zero evidence Jesus ever existed. So, and that's a fact.
Well, you know, well, I would say like the Bible is kind of a piece of evidence that he did, but I don't know either way. I'm not saying that's conclusive evidence, but I am saying that there's a little bit of evidence, and you know, maybe not the Jesus that they sell in church or that the Catholic Church sells, but like from what I read in the Bible and what he stands for.
Here's how I can just tell you definitively that Jesus never existed. It would have been impossible for anybody to even have that name then.
Okay, well, if we're talking about name, I would agree with you 100%. I mean, it wasn't even possible for Jesus to exist in 1611 when the King James version of the Bible was written. So, like, I totally agree with you on that. But I'm saying the person, not the name.
I know, but again, I'm just trying to, instead of just like make these, you know, hypotheticals, again, the reality is there's zero evidence that there was ever a Jesus. And this is a nonsensical religion that keeps a lot of people in a true state of retardation, stunted, believing in bullshit, not being part of any solution, you know, shouting down people like me because they don't care about the truth. They care about believing in their bullshit.
Right.
That's what they care about.
You're right. And
this loser right here is mad because I'm calling out Christianity because what just happened the other day. I got some loser fucking Christians on my block on a loudspeaker blasting about Jesus. They don't know a fucking thing about him. And then I come up and try to tell them something real, and they all scatter like cockroaches. And call me the bad guy for trying to give them some real knowledge to expose real evil in the world. This is what Christians are. They're fucking losers. They're on the side of evil. They're down with the 9/11 plan and invading the Middle East and killing innocent Muslims. This is who Christians are. Fucking scumbags. But I appreciate the call, man. Until next time. Yeah, no, I am right. And again, there's zero evidence Jesus ever existed. Zero. There's none. Nobody had a name Jesus back then. Jays didn't even exist. It's a bullshit fucking name. It's a coded name. It's a name from the cabal that codes all their shit. What day did they do Event 201, the coronavirus pandemic simulation, the Society of Jesus? That's right. They did it on the day leaving 74 days left in the year. You know? This fucking loser wants to say it's not that important of a number. What's up, 860?
Hey, Zach, this Sour. Remember me told you about Timothy Cunningham and stuff like that. I just caught your show. I'm checking in. Yo, bro, you don't got to check in on these trolls, bro. You did too much work. I bought your book, bro. I'm reading your book. You be standing on the fucking street, excuse my language, speaking to poor people, helping people, all that shit, bro. Like, yo, these dudes is fucking losers. It's clearly this dude is a troll. Like, yo, of course they're going to come at you with this little dumb shit. Like, for somebody even say you're a troll, it's just like, oh, my sky. Zach, I'm sorry, bro, but that shit is like believing in Jesus. I'd rather believe in Jesus than Zach is a fucking, yo, this shit is fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean, man, this is, Zach. You clearly got to understand what you're putting is facts. Nobody could dispute. If they read your book, I haven't even got the opportunity and fortunate to read your first book, Letters and Numbers. I'm still 50 pages in coronavirus from 9/11 to corona. Oh, man, are you serious? Zach. Anyway, Zach, please. Moving on from the trolls, if you don't mind. First of all, let me thank you for the work that you did. I'm glad to get through to you. I always get to get through to you. This is Sour, but my phone's been hacked. My internet been shut down. So I'm just calling to a friend's phone just to be able to, like, I had to get in. I'm sorry. I had to get in, bro. Let me thank you again and again. Like, the work you did, Zach, the work you're doing, I just appreciate it, man. And bro, Zach, I'm speechless behind that dumb shit, right? But anyway, Zach, real quick, I've been striving to break the Timothy J. Cunningham thing down, and I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
There's not a lot of information. there's not a lot of information. I did look at it. I mean, it's all kinds of suspicious. I mean, it seems obvious what happened, but there's not a lot of information to do much of a decode.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't know if it was connected with something because I know I was just checking with you. If you said it's not, cool, because I tried to do it myself and I couldn't find it. But did you see the 214, right? I
got to go back. I looked at this the other week when you brought it up. There wasn't enough information, so...
Yeah. I know that. I just wanted to double check with you because I wasn't too, you know what I'm saying? I'm still new to it. I just wanted to see if you were the decipher. I don't want to take too much of your time. I clearly get through to you. This is sour. I do want to leave you with this, all right? You did this to me.
Look here, I'll tell you something, though, that does stand out. He disappeared on the 43rd day of the year, and his body was found on 4/3, right? And again, killing is 43. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing there is there with it, but there's just not a whole lot of information, so...
Yeah, I get that. By the way...
Here, you know what? Here, now that I think about it a little bit more, we know what number those are big with, 4/3. Jesus Christ is 43 in the most pure cipher. They say he was crucified on 4/3, and this had to do with the CDC. This had to do with CDC, and CDC was established July 1st, 46. Catholics, 7146. So, yeah, he probably pissed off the CDC, so they did him in the Jesus ritual, you know.
Because he was, like I said, when you read the story, he was the head in that lair, but he was responsible for where all the vaccines get shipped out to, like, I guess, Atlanta gets 1,000, DC gets 500. So, but he tested it and found out that they were actually giving people some bullshit. You get where I'm coming from? So
yeah.
By him putting it out, that's when they got rid of him, and it so happens to be shortly before, the bullshit.
Yeah.
But before I forget, thank you for taking the time to do that. I'm not going to talk about Tony Pantalesco. We spoke about that. I'll talk to you personally offline about that situation. But I do want to talk to you about Nemos Wanted because he would like to speak to you. So I'm going to have him give you a call, and maybe you guys could do an interview together on your leisure.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, and take care. Keep up the good work, bro.
All right, thanks, man. Take care. Yeah, again, this guy, he's asking about a doctor who worked for the CDC who disappeared and was found dead, and he did disappear on the 43rd day of the year, and he was found on 4/3, which are they say that was Jesus' crucifixion date, April 3rd, and we know the CDC is very Catholic. Here, let's go out to Killeen, Texas, known for all sorts of mass shootings. What's up, Killeen, Texas? Killeen, Texas, you're on. Probably somebody calling from the military base down there. That's Psyop City, Killeen, Texas. 708.
Hello, what's up, Zach?
Yeah, what's up?
Yo, so, bro, I literally just left the library maybe like 5 minutes ago, and I just picked up The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, like, you put me on to so much information, because just like you, growing up in school, like, I kind of felt the exact same way, like, kind of feeling lost. Like, I went to Catholic school, I was raised Catholic, and, like, kind of a lot of the events happening in the world are kind of like, it feels like it's related, like, to me in so many different ways. I'm full-blood Haitian, too. So, like, just based off my grandparents alone, the heavy influence of religion and, like, the origins that they don't even understand, that the very religion that was put on them is because when they were enslaved, those are all these traditions that they were kind of built off of. So, I don't know, like, I'm very interested in reading in this book, like, basically pulling all the same knowledge from it that you have and just putting my impact back on the world. So, as long as I take the time to learn what I have to do, then I feel like I can make an impact.
Well, I appreciate that you're out there, and yeah, there's a lot of information in that book. There's a lot more that can be expanded on in that book besides just Gematria, so enjoy the reading. There's a lot of information there.
What outside of Gematria do you think that is a major thing that kind of kept you going throughout the book?
There's a lot in that book, man. I'd have to think about it. That book is full of information. I mean, start reading it, you'll see. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in that book.
Well, so, okay, like, because I think definitely the main thing I would say, like, it's very intriguing how language and numbers are all intertwined. And just, like, everything with that concept is very important to the understanding the truth that's we're all behind. So, Man, I don't know, like, bro, just like the same like the last caller, thank you, man. I just called 5 times, like, this just happened today. It's crazy that I hopped on and, like, you know, you're going live saying Gematria isn't for stupid people. And it's going to be very interesting to see when I am going to be reading this book, and then I get to the page where they talk about Gematria. And when my parents asked about it, it's like, you know, this is full, like, evidence. There's evidence here. There's, like, I always feel like there has to be something to make sense of something before you can, like, just kind of just go about this whole belief system. And obviously, like you say, with that being lie right in the word, it's like, you know, you kind of have to have some evidence to back up what you're talking about.
Right, and religious people don't have evidence. All they have is beliefs. So
exactly, and like that belief, and it holds so much strength over them that they truly can't control it.
And it becomes the foundation of their thinking, and that's why they go along with lies every day that are based in no evidence, that are told to them by government and news media. That's why I've been saying the same thing the whole time I've been here. The root of everything wrong with this world is religion, and that's why I've always gone hard on religion, and I don't really like religious people. I don't think they belong around here.
100%.
Yeah.
Because that was the number one question I asked myself, maybe at like 7 years old. It's like, how can I tell myself that I'm right, or I feel like I'm in some righteous state of mind over somebody who might be all the way across the world studying a whole different form of religion that like kind of have all different type of different traditions, whether it be food, different practices, how they have to carry their entire lifestyle just based off of religion, that they truly don't have anything outside of anything that outside of the priest, pastor, whatever, telling them that this is like your duty as human, you know. But I just feel like there's something so much bigger than that, you know, just as your duty, like to just feel attached to something higher power.
I hear what you're saying, man. Well, I appreciate the call, and again, you're gonna enjoy that book, man. So, and if you find any, I haven't read it for a long time, but if you find anything in there worth sharing, definitely call back and tell us.
Is there any other books out there or anything that you've read?
Manly P. Hall has a ton of short books that are worth reading. He has so many books. I mean, Manly P. Hall's got a lot of information worth reading. That man wrote a lot of books. Some of them are big, some of them are small, some of them you can read in a couple hours. But, yeah, man, I'd go right down the line with Manly P. Hall. Just look at his titles and see what looks most interesting next, because he shed a lot of light on the things that people need to know about.
Okay. All right. So Manly P. Hall, is there any other books that, like, you feel like that?
There's a lot of books, man. I mean, that's a big question. Read about there's so much good information in the world. I mean, look into a topic or into nutrition. I think everybody should know about diet and nutrition. I mean, read some books on human health.
Like, I literally, I've been vegan since last year, man. Like, you know, it's just crazy that, you know, like, with the events of this past year of 2020, that I just feel like one thing the thing that takes away from the true community is that with a lot of people, you know, kind of having like this kind of awakening and uprising of something that, you know, like that's going on in their head, a lot of people who may be on the opposition of it, who, you know, are going along with this system, I feel that there is some resistance to the people who are kindly like it's a new upbringing, like, you know, this new awakening, that it's gonna, I feel like it's still gonna take some time to like adjust to this mass group of people. Because I would say, like, within the events of this year, you can't fake that. Like, a lot of people were out of work for a whole year, so like, you know, that those are things, those are true hard evidence, concrete things that are there that people see with their own eyes that something's going on. So all those years prior to 2020. Like, where everything just kind of felt like we were all comfortable, all good, everything is going good in the world. They're like, you know, that basically what I'm trying to say is I just feel like people only think that like there's only truth coming out of things only because of the events of last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel that they're the opposite. Like, to my parents, for instance, like when I try to explain to them, they really can't understand it because they feel that what I'm thinking is only as a result of this year. Rather, it's really been a result of how I've been thinking the past 20 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where the hard part is.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, I appreciate the call and the support, and keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path, man, so keep it up.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. All right, you guys, I'm going to turn off the phone because I don't think Joseph's calling in. And honestly, I didn't even want to do this video. And maybe I shouldn't have. It was a distraction, you know. I'm working on my book right now. I'm almost done with my new short book. And you know what? Here, I'm gonna put a post on Free to Find Truth right right now, and if you guys, here's what I'm going to write on here. It's going to be a short post, and I'm going to read this later today. Hold on. What I want to see is if there's something you really want to see in my new short book that I haven't covered. So, is there something you want to see in my new book? It is much shorter than the other two. And I'll do another book after this too, but I just realized, because the book that I was working on, it's too ranty, and it's just like, it got to be too long again. So I just realized I got to condense it. I got to just boom, 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 fact, information, good flow. And that's what I'm doing right now. And just because people don't even like to read. So if they get something that's like, smaller and thin, not intimidating, but interesting and just like, whoa, that might be more effective than, this or Letters and Numbers, which is over 2 times as big as this. So, I mean, if you've ever seen Letters and Numbers printed out and people print it out, I mean, it's like this big, you know what I mean? It's huge. So, yeah. And by the way, for the sorry-ass motherfucker that said I was a shill, where's your book that you made free, you piece of shit? Exactly. Just shut the fuck up. Stop lying to yourself about everything, including me. I mean, this is such bullshit to do this freeze image. I'm moving my hands all over. I bring them together for a split second, and this fucker wants to make a video saying I stood there for a whole speech with my hands like that. It's just a disingenuous fucking argument. And you should know it is, because he's not showing the speech, right? He's showing a still image. And again, you know what this whole tactic reminds me of? It reminds me of Russian vids, the million videos he's made about me. Granted, him and I kind of made amends and did a live stream, but he still didn't apologize for anything, and he had about a gazillion things to apologize for. Realize I don't have anything to apologize to Russian vids about. I never said anything about him that's false. He said a million things about me that are false. And again, Russian vids is another person who doesn't show his face and claims to be Christian. He made like how many videos when the car crashed through my house saying it was a hoax and I was a Mason? Because the fucking siding on the inside of the house that was probably there from the 60s when the house was built had some big print on it with a G on it. You don't think the siding company with the big G on it might be the actual Masonic thing, not me, who lived in the house, who didn't know what kind of siding was inside the walls before they got torn apart before a car crashed through them? But the thing that Russian Vids did is he kept making all these videos, and then he challenged me to release the police report. So, and I didn't even have a police report until days after. But then when it came, I released the police report, and you know what Russian Vids did? He didn't say anything about it, but he didn't make a single video accusing it of being a hoax anymore. But see, if he was honest, he would have said, you know what? I've made all these videos in the last few days saying Zach's a shill and he crashed a car into his own house and it's a hoax. But you know what? Lo and behold, there was a police report. He never did that. You know what I mean? And there's your Christian, right? There's your Christian values. Again, all the Christians I've ever known in my life are trash. And that's not to say, you know what? Excuse me. There's one I know of in the whole world that's not trash, and that's Jeremy White. I always feel bad when I rant on Christians, but Jeremy White doesn't seem to care when I do it. He hangs around, and he's a great man. He was one of the only people that came out and pounded pavement with me in Louisiana. Jeremy White's the truth, and I know he identifies as Christian, but he doesn't really talk about it very much. But I'm not talking about Jeremy White, you know? And Jeremy White knows I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about all these sorry-ass motherfuckers that keep making videos like this. Fucking losers like Richie from Boston, who's not even a real Christian. You know, a guy who had no subscribers. Somehow his channel got to survive when everybody got deleted, and he started claiming Christianity, and then all of a sudden he grew to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. A fucking retard. Just because he was the only channel left that was even covering anything halfway truth-related after the rest of us all got flushed down the YouTube toilet. You know what I mean? They kept around a retard who claims Jesus to represent the truth community while the rest of us got censored. And you got this moron making a video in August 2021 who doesn't even know that Gematria Effect 22 is the 22nd channel I've been on. What a dipshit. How come this guy doesn't get censored? Well, I mean, what a fucking loser, dude. Did you really say that in your video? Most censored person on here, idiot. And by the way, you know, again, the fact that they have a world of people that will just believe bullshit without any evidence or basis, that's why every day they can put across propaganda like this. Unvaccinated, unmasked teacher infected more than half of students in class with COVID-19, CDC reports. You know? See if this unvaccinated, unmasked person has a name. An unvaccinated elementary school teacher who took off their mask to read to students ended up infecting more than half of them last May. Well, my guess is if that's a real story, something's seriously wrong in those households where those children live, because they must all be getting sent to school with, candy bars and chips and nothing nutritious in there if their immune systems are that fucking weak. Again, if you put a sick person in a room full of people that are healthy, not many of them are going to get sick at all. You get sick if your immune system's weak. That's why a really sick person can go in a room and 5 people won't get sick, but 1 will. It's that person who got sick is the one who has the least sleep, the worst nutrition. That's who got sick, With all the new programming. And again, just more bullshit, news. It all starts with the bullshit religion. Then they get you the bullshit school, the bullshit news. They expect you to believe bullshit from cradle to grave, and most of you do. And that's why this Christian retard, he thinks he can come on here and bullshit people and fool them. The only people he's fooling are the same fucking losers that believe in this bullshit. So pray for yourselves. For all you Christians who leave those comments, I'll pray for you. Pray for yourself that you grow a fucking brain. Don't pray for me, Don't pray for me. You need to pray for yourself. Pray that you can be like me. Pray that you can be as intelligent as me, as brave as me, as outspoken as me, as do the right thing as me. As give up your fucking job, do a right thing for needy people like me. Yeah, go pray for that. I don't need any of your fucking prayers. Because you believe in your bullshit religion and you think me mouthing off about what a fucking fraud it is some kind of great curse and sin. And oh my God, God's going to get Zach for saying that. God doesn't give a fuck. In fact, God is seemingly MIA. God's letting a lot of shit go down on his green earth. God needs to... I'll pray that God does something for all you fucking retards so you can pull your head out of your ass. Help me out. You know what I mean? I'll do the praying. I actually know what to pray for, unlike you retards. All right, for all of you who aren't retarded, this video didn't need to be made and I need to get back to writing the book. It needs to be done. The time is now. I'm excited about this new book because I'm going to print out a gazillion of them. I'm going to be on the corner giving them out for free. I got to tell you something else, man. Just women, man. Sweet lady. Last night, she finally said something she's never said. And, anyway, I was telling her, I need to get out there right now. I need to make this lap around the country and see who's out there and what communities come out and where the most awake people are and make more noise and create more resistance to what's going on. And then she said, well, I'm worried that there'll be girls out there and you might sleep with them. And I was just like, love, I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm not going out there to meet other women, but this is the kind of stuff that's in women, just like the worries, the fears. And I mean, it is a world where people cheat on each other, but it's like, I never cheated on her, given a reason to think that. But ultimately, that's another one of her big fears. She's worried something will happen to me, and she's worried I'll be cheating. And it's just like, that's why I told her, though, to just come with me. And I need her to come with me. I mean, now's the time to do this. It's a Pandora's box, man. I swear to God, I never would have figured out this knowledge without Sweet Lady. I wouldn't have figured it out without her. It was meeting her, and because I figured this out after her and I were already together and been together for a while, and she'd been pestering me to read the Bible. She was still in her Christian thing back then. And it was reading the Bible that just reminded me, like, oh yeah, just all the numbers all over the Bible, just like the news. I got to figure out this number thing. And then I did. But, yeah, I mean, if I didn't have Sweet Lady, I'd just be living on the road, man. Somebody said get an RV and go town to town. Now, RVs are so wasteful. I mean, you'd spend $1 gazillion in gas. The only thing I could say about an RV with that idea is, if you had it, there's RV pullover sites, hookup, electricity. I mean, I could announce, like, I'm going to this RV site. We're going to I'll have food there, gathering, but I guess the problem is if you're at the RV site, that's not where the populace is. I don't know if you could pull up your RV on a city block and have people gather there, but then you'd have like a facility if people need to use the restroom, eat. Anyway, I don't think I'd ever do the RV thing, though. It's just too much gas. I hate waste. But, yeah, anyway, it's going to happen, you guys. I'm going to figure out how to get out there. I just got to keep working on Sweet Lady and, She just worries so much. And, you know, the DC thing was going to happen, but at the end she just had this horrible feeling and she really didn't want to go and she was distraught, so it didn't happen. And I mean, it sucks, man. It's just, it puts me in a tough spot because it's like I don't want to break Sweet Lady's heart and I don't want her living in fear. And, you know, it's just... But at the same time, it's like, fuck, we got to get out there and do something for the world. And I mean, I have been doing that, but it's got to be bigger and bigger. And yeah, so anyway, well, once I get these little books, though, I'm going to just have boxes full of them because I'll be able to, I can just imagine like how many little books will be able to fit in a box. I'll just have tons of books, go to Corners, go down to Seattle. I'll be on the megaphone, you know, free book about the agenda, you know. People like free stuff. If I can get them to put it in their hands and just start to read a page, we'll be making some progress. So, and if I can't get out and make the lap around the country like I want, I can keep going down to Seattle and Portland and doing it there. But yeah, once I have these little books, it's going to be helpful. It's going to be helpful to be able to give those out, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to print a bunch for cheap since it's smaller. So. And for all of you on Patreon, when I'm done writing it, I'll upload the ebook version there. First people to read it will be the people on Patreon. So, and I'll probably make it free for all the people. Yeah, just like I made my other books free. I might wait a month before I make it free, so at least some people support it. Not that anybody's really been buying the books, but well, you know, again, I never got into this for the money. Somebody said I should get paid, but I never got into this for the money, you guys. I mean, money was something that came to me pretty easy out of school. I was good at making money, and if I wanted to make money and just focus on money, that's what I would do. But instead, I'd rather, you know, help be part of a movement to end tyranny. I mean, money's not happiness. I've told you guys that a million times. Money doesn't make me happy at all. It doesn't make me happy one bit. It takes money to make things happen in this world, but granted, you could do it without money, but it's harder. I mean, we tried to do it without money for 5 years. For 5 years, I was here every single day, putting out content nonstop, trying to wake people up. No money raised, and yeah. So anyway, we'll keep at it. Back on the writing grind, Truth Seeker. Fuck you, Joseph. Sorry ass motherfucker. Those are my closing words for you since I made this video about you, you worthless bitch. Do a video telling me what you've done for the world. Tired of sorry ass bitches talking about me. Pathetic fucking people. Ungrateful. Trying to use my knowledge and making it look stupid. What a sorry ass bitch. Yeah, keep believing in Jesus. Nothing's going to save your sorry ass. Nothing. And all you Christians, wake the fuck up. Your religion's a fraud. Why do you think Christian equals 47? Like government, like authority, like Vatican? Why do you think their numbers are coded all over your belief system? Same numbers they put on all the bullshit that they control. Why don't you think about that? See, it's cognitive dissonance. You know, that's the same reason. That's the same reason we can't wake up the sheep about COVID. The case is more ironclad for how bullshit your religion is than how bullshit COVID is. Think about that. And remember, it's the Society of Jesus behind all these agendas, not the Society of Muhammad, you know. And for all of you guys who ask why I don't go after Muslims and Buddhists, because they don't have door-to-door salesmen. I've never had a Muslim make a video about me attacking me. Never had a Buddhist make a video about me attacking me. I've never had anybody of any religion attack me except for Christians, the scumbag religion. Okay, I'm done, True Seeker.